welcome to channel again, Cloud Institution. So in this video, we are going to see one of the interesting topics, which is create an Azure VNet virtual network using Terraform. Okay, so with this video, we are going to create a VNet, which is one of the important services in Azure using Terraform. And then we are going to see how to configure it, with various options using Terraform, right? So before that, let's see what is VNet. Okay, so VNet is nothing but the virtual network service available in Azure. So if you can see, Azure Virtual Network is a service that provides the fundamental building blocks for your private network. Okay, so this is the private network, just like in AWS, as you can see, like VPC, right? Virtual Private Cloud. Similarly, the same thing, so it can be applied over here as well. So VNet is called as a virtual network service, which is available in Azure. Okay, so instead of your service, which is a virtual network, enables many types of Azure resources to securely communicate with each other. Okay, so the internet and on-premises networks. So which means that for example, if you're creating a virtual machines or storage accounts or any kind of services in Azure, so the VNet is used to to communicate all the other services together in a secure way. Okay, so that is what called a VNet, right? So today in this session, we are going to see how to create a VNet, and that's also going to be through Terraform. Okay, so let's dive into our Visual Studio Code. Okay, in the last session, if you can see, we have created Azure resource group. Okay, and then the storage account we have created. Okay, so now what are we going to do now is that now we are going to create a Azure VNet, which is virtual network resources. Okay, so if you wanted to start with us, so what you have to do is that you have to go to the resource of a Azure RM virtual network. Okay, so this is the place where we need to copy our Terraform configurations for the network, right? So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to give a same Azure RM virtual network, which is resource is going to be Azure RM virtual network. Okay, so the name of the resource is going to be, so this is not the name of the VNet, but it's the name of the resources. The name of the resource is going to be just VNet. Okay, that is enough. And I'm going to create one of the VNets, like, so that name should be, name is equal to, okay, cloud institution VNet. Okay, before that, I'm going to see whether the same name is available or is been exist so in portal or not. Okay, so I'm going to see in portal. I'm going to click on VNet. Okay, which is virtual networks. So I don't see any kind of a VNet is already been created. Okay, so if it is being created with the same name, so it's going to give you a conflict. Okay, so now I'm here, right? So what I have to do is that I have to copy the same kind of a resource group and location. Okay, so resource group is going to be, resource group name should be, okay, we already created a resource group here. Okay, so both, I think, so I can copy, like copy this one, resource group cloud institution RG, and then the location is going to be in West Europe. All right, so now I'm going to do something different here. Okay, so we have already given kind of the resource group name and the resource location, something like this one, right? So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to change something differently with the dynamic references, right? So now I'm going to give something like Azure RM resource group. Okay, so then resource group name is going to be cloud dot name. Okay, so similarly for the location, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do a Azure resource group dot cloud dot location. All right, so we have done till here. Okay, so now as you can see, we can also do the same thing over here as well. Okay, so if you like, you can just change it one for the storage account as well. Now what I'm doing is I'm going to see, so there are some kind of some of the parameters are missing, some of the features has to be added. So with this one, if I can do Terraform plan, it's going to give me a error. saying that Terraform plan, if you can see, is going to give me an error saying that so address space is required. Okay, for the virtual networks, address space is required, but that no definition found. Okay, now what I have to do? I have to give the address space here. Okay, so what do you mean by address space? Address space is the array of, so your CIDR. Okay, address space is the array of your CIDR addresses. So in which address, in which VNet address it has to be created. Okay, so which means that what is your network address should be. Okay, so now we can give anything. Okay, so for now I'm going to give 10 dot under quotes, sorry, under quotes 10.0.0.0/24. Okay, you can also give /16 or anything, so whatever it is there, right? So you can also give the same thing over here. Okay, so now my network VNet network is going to be a so network address is going to be 10.0.0.0/24. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is that in order to make it the format properly, I'm going to do Terraform FMT. Okay, so when you do Terraform FMT, it's going to give a proper alignment of your configuration. Okay, so now we can see everything is been aligned. Now let's see Terraform plan. Sorry, Terraform plan. Okay, it's taking a while. So Terraform plan will be running. Okay, so now it's running. Already started running. As you can see here, Terraform virtual network and VNet will be created. Okay, with the address space of this one. Okay, now and in the resource group is going to be Cloud Institution or G is the resource group. Okay, and the name of the VNet is going to be Cloud Institution VNet. Okay, so Cloud Institution VNet over here. Okay, now what I have to do is I have to do Terraform apply. Okay, so if you can see here, it's going to show me that Terraform apply is going to be running. So if you can give yes, you can see. So resources will be created. Okay, so now if you can see VNet will be creating. Okay, now let's go back to our console. Let's refresh this one page. Okay, so this is not created yet. So still creating. It should be created in a fraction of. Okay, now it's been created. Okay, so now Cloud Institution VNet is been created. If you click on this one, you can see the address space. Whatever the address space is given, 10.0.0.0/24 is what the address we are given. Okay, as you can see here, the Terraform deployment is completed. Now I wanted to check one more thing, whether this VNet has been created under the proper resource group or not. Okay, so now I want to check which resource group is being created. The resource group name is going to be Cloud Institution Org is a resource group, right? So Cloud Institution Org is a resource group, and I'm going inside that. I'm going to see to check whether my VNet is created or not. Okay, VNet is created, and the location is going to be West Europe. Okay, so now we have successfully created a VNet. Okay, in the upcoming classes we are going to create a subnets and subnet associations and routing rules, all these things you can do. But as you can see here in the resources, right, there is also kind of a subnet also you can create it, within the, so as part of the VNet itself, but it is not mandatory. Okay, so here whatever is required field is being mentioned over here. You need to create all these things, but the you don't need to create any other things which is not been required. Okay, DNS services also is not required parameters, so we don't need to include that one as well. All right, so that's all about this session. Okay, so hope you've understood that what is VNet and how to create a VNet, and so what's the address space and all this stuff, right? So now in the next video we're going to see like what is the subnets. Okay, so we are going to create a subnets under this particular VNets. Okay, so stay tuned for that videos, and thank you so much for watching this one. Okay, if you like this video, please subscribe and like these videos, and please stay tuned for future videos, to get more information about Terraform and Azure and cloud and everything. Okay, thank you so much, guys.